All right. What is up, chat? Earlier stream today. I think when the last time I streamed a few days ago, I think I started at like 6 p.m. or like 7 p.m. my time. But now it's a lot earlier. Should be good for more time zones. How's it going, chat? It's 1:30 a.m. in Vietnam. Dang, yeah. It's pretty late for Asia right now, but for Europe and like India, where a lot of my viewers are, it should be a pretty decent time, I think. So I'll make sure to stream at this type of time sometimes as well. But then other times I'll stream later. So if you guys didn't hear what I was talking about in the last couple streams, and also if you on my last video I made a pinned comment talking about it as well, I'm going to be streaming way more often on YouTube. Like, and when I say way more often, I mean like at least a couple times a week. Because before I was just streaming like once a month, like here and there. And this is going to be at least while I have this new content going on. If this content pops off, then I'm going to be doing this kind of like indefinitely. But if it flops and I go back to what I was normally doing, where I was uploading more frequently, then maybe I won't stream as much. But we'll kind of see what happens. I don't really want a friendly battle right now. But maybe later I can message him. Mobile Monsi, thank you for the 35 ZAR donation. How are you, boss? Hope you're doing well this year so far. Yeah, pretty good. We're already 3 months into the year, which is pretty hard to believe. So, year's going by pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, so far it's been a pretty good year. I hope the same for you as well. Alright, let's get started here, guys. I don't know what we're gonna run. I see there's still some accounts that are bugged on ladder here. So this guy's the actual highest player, I think. Yeah, last stream I was switching decks a lot. We could start things off, though, with some E-Giant. Why not? What's your major in college? It's business administration. That's the plan as of now. Maybe I'll change my mind on that later on, but that's at least what I'm going to get my associate's degree in, and then I'm probably going to transfer to another school, because right now I just go to a community college, so I'm going to kind of transfer to a university after that. What time is it for you right now? Right now it's 2:30 p.m. So yeah, guys, now, as I'm sure probably a lot of you noticed, I've been starting the new content, 2 videos out with the new type of content, and there's a lot of mixed feelings regarding it. I know like half of you guys don't like it, so I'm hoping for the people who don't like it, the streams make up for it, because there's like no editing in these streams, obviously. So for those of you who kind of like miss what I was doing, I'm hoping these streams are, a way to make up for that. And I kind of knew when I was starting this content many people weren't going to like it, but my hope is that it attracts new viewers. So I knew the current viewers, like y'all who have been watching for a while, I kind of expected this outcome where it was going to be kind of like 50-50 and stuff of people liking it and not liking it, but if I can pool a much larger audience of people who like haven't, found these videos yet, that's kind of the goal. So, we'll see what happens, right? Like, this game's been out for like 7 years, so the way I see it is it doesn't hurt to test out, new things and see what happens. Okay, nice. The Golden Knight got pulled instead of that, which was good. Well, yeah, I agree that editing definitely could be better, but it's going to improve over time. It's kind of a, you know, it's not an easy process starting out ever. It's always, like, never going to be perfect. But the goal is to get the editing to be as good as, like, you know, the other, like, content creators who do it very well. I mean, that's the goal, and it eventually will get to that point through trial and error. But those of you in the comments who keep giving, like, suggestions and stuff of how it can be improved, that's very helpful, because I saw some people already did that. And many people already said this second video is way better than the first one, in regards to the editing, which is good. But it's going to take a while before it's perfect, but that's kind of the goal. Do you edit your own videos? No, I don't. I have an editor. And then, besides just the editor, I'm also working with someone else. I kind of have, like, a mini team going. So, as you can tell, because of that, whenever you're working with multiple people, it's never going to be, like, a very straightforward and easy process. But just know, guys, I'm, like, working very, very hard behind the scenes. I think a lot of people might not realize how much work is going into these videos. So, even though they're not perfect, like, we're really, trying to get there through, like, trial and error, and, you know, it's definitely a lot of, like, work going into them. And, like, kind of even, like, revisions and stuff to make sure they're top-notch. Will you upload, uncut GC content? So you mean, like, GCs that aren't, like, edited? Is that what you're talking about? Probably not for a while. I saw in the, like, last couple of videos some people were saying stuff like, I would have loved this video if it wasn't edited, or, like, this idea, basically. But, yeah, the whole reason behind this in the first place is to just grow the channel. Yeah, I tried. That was a pretty hard counter for the first game, not gonna lie. I mean, that was a really tough first matchup, like, because he even had arrows for the archers, sappies, hunter, tons of counters to the E-Giant. Unlucky, but only the first game, so it's all good. Can you say hi, Bruno? It would make my day. How's it going, Bruno? Welcome to the stream. Leonardro, thank you for the donation of 5.50R. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you. Boss, love your content. Didn't like the new editing. Looks like B-Rads. It doesn't suit you. You asked for feedback, so there it is. Keep it up. Yeah, I know. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're kind of saying that exact same thing. And I know that a lot of people are saying, like, the editing isn't as good. Like, obviously, compared to B-Rads, it probably isn't. But the goal is to get there, right? I want my editing or videos in general to be, like, on level of, like, B-Rads or whatever, right? That's kind of the ultimate goal. To get to that point where my videos are the quality of, like, B-Rads or, like, KFCs, right? But that's not going to happen instantly, because I just started doing this, and, you know, my editor is going to continue, like, improving and, you know, like, perfecting things. So it's not going to happen, like, overnight, but hopefully over the next, like, few weeks, it continues improving, you know, and there's, like, noticeable improvement. And also, as you guys can tell, the ideas of the videos are very different too. It's not even just the fact that there's editing now. Notice how I'm doing like hard challenges sort of, and that's gonna also keep up for a while. I honestly have no clue how the video would perform with no editing, and if it was just that really intense like challenge that was really difficult, maybe it would perform better than my normal videos with just the idea alone, but I think there's no chance the video would like pop off without the editing. I think the editing is kind of essential to have your like videos kind of go viral, you know? That guy went really aggressive. Okay, nice. He probably should have let the archers locked on and then play the fire spirit after. I feel like he kind of screwed that up. Do you know Viper? Yeah, I do. I pretty much know most top ladder players, especially ones that are like fairly well known. I pretty much know who all of them are. Viper's like the Hog X NATO player. He's from France. I think he quit competitive. I could be wrong. Because he's like focusing on school now. If it's to learn, editing is meh. Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing. The new videos, it's more for entertainment. And not so much learning a specific deck. And you kind of can tell from the titles, too. It's putting focus on the challenge I'm doing and kind of the story and not the deck. That's another, like, large thing that changed. And that's why it's going to take a while for, you know, I think people to catch on and realize that. And in reality, I know that's why so many of you guys like my content. Because it's, like, I explain things, I teach things, and it's, like, kind of raw gameplay, and that's why a lot of you guys liked it. But the issue is that's not what gets views, you know? That's not what's popular. And I want to be one of the biggest, like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this, right? I want to be one of the biggest Clash Royale content creators. I have the skill. I obviously have the potential. I just need the content side of it now. Because my skill is there. A lot of creators don't have that skill that I do, right? But what many of them do have is the creativity. But the idea is when you combine both of them, then you really, like, maximize your potential. Right? Like, so that's kind of the idea of it. I'm taking both sides now. Not just my skill, but the content. I'm trying to, like, you know, that's gonna, like, maximize it, hopefully. You want to be, like, B-Rad? Not copy him, because I want to be unique in my own way. But you could say it's probably, like, similar to him, but the challenges and, like, many of the videos I'll be doing, I don't think he's made videos on yet, so we're still going to be different, and our personalities are very different as well, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know. We have very, very different personalities. How did he get back to a lightning that much quicker? Rip. It's because he has fire spirit. Yeah, it's unlucky. It's because he had Fire Spirit. So he's able to cycle back quicker. Rip. He lost the first 2 games. I would have NATO'd, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize he was gonna let the bar barrel connect. So it's not really my fault. I know now you guys are thinking, why didn't I NATO? But it's not really my fault because I was trying to like get enough elixir for the lightning. But I'll show you, if we go to the end, like it would have been impossible for me to react in time, knowing the barbarian was gonna connect. It was, yeah, right here. I didn't, like, it's not really my fault. I was trying to, yeah, I didn't think the barb was going to connect, but I guess I should have played it regardless because I would have needed to get back to a lightning, but kind of unlucky. But yeah, I could change the deck anyway. I'll probably do that after this game. Use RG. RG is really bad this meta. I don't think I'm going to use it much. There wasn't anyone who finished top, like, 12 last season with RG. To be fair, E-Giant's not that amazing either. So I don't know why I'm using it. What's really good right now are, like, minor decks. Like, minor mortar or, like, minor wall breakers are really broken. RG's not really that good right now. And funny enough, the highest finisher with RG, who got, I think, like 15th, didn't even use a traditional RG deck. It's a very off-meta RG deck. I don't know if you guys know who Bob the Rock is, but he used, like, RG Furnace with Lumberjack. He uses, like, a weird variation. Is level 15 coming next season? I don't know if it's going to come next update, but it's probably going to come this year. Alright, GG. What happened to Shane? I haven't seen him post from him in a while. So he's actually kind of funny enough. He's kind of doing similar to what I'm doing. Like, he's completely changing his content style to try to, like, grow his channel. And for him, it hasn't really been working out, so I'm not going to lie. I kind of hope I don't fall in that same fate. Because for him, he's been trying it for like a month, and it hasn't really been going how he's expected. At least from what I can tell. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like, starting about a month or 2 ago, Shane tried to, like, completely change up his content. and it kind of, I mean, like, so I can't really compare what I'm doing to him because we're both doing a very, very different thing, obviously. But all I know is the content he used to do, is very different than like what he's trying to do now, basically. Um, Lindro, with another donation. That our currency 220 says, I feel you sad, never give up, you have potential. Thank you, man, for that donation. I appreciate that. What happened at Knight? Knight unblocked me, yeah. But he did block me at one point. We can run this deck. Hey boss, have you thought about uploading unedited footage of videos you record? Uploading the full GC copy vid as unlisted? It's actually not like a horrible idea, but if I put it as unlisted, then how is it going to be watched? Changing up your content is risky, especially if you go completely, so easing into a change is best. Well, to be fair, I did first change the overlay. And it was, had a different overlay for like 2 weeks. So you could argue I did do that first, but I do see what you're saying. Like maybe there should have been like less editing to start with. But I think that's one thing we might change anyway. Like, we might do less zoom-ins. Because I notice of feedback I've gotten, like, people are saying there should be less zooming in. To be honest, Clash Royale is dying. Even Animan said it. Yeah, yeah. And do you guys see why I am changing my content? That's part of the reason. Guys, I know this hurts, like, even for me to say, but here's the reality, guys. If I kept doing what I was doing without changing anything, or at least trying to change, I don't know how much longer I'd have of where I'm getting, like, a somewhat okay amount of views. It might have not been too much longer, guys. I mean, I feel like if I didn't make this change, it would have only been a matter of time until my channel kind of died. I mean, it's already, if you look at the trends, my channel and many other channels, I mean, most channels right now are dying and not growing in CR. That's the reality right now for most channels. So unless I make a change like this, sooner or later, you know, it's not going to be... It's not gonna be good. I don't know, like, how else to say it. By doing this change, if it ends up being successful, right, and I can become one of the biggest Clash Royale channels, this, I think, was a pretty hard counter, because Hog EQ, I don't know, like, I feel like that's tough, but I could have for sure played it better. So, by making this change, if it ends up working out, I feel like I'll have the potential to, like, still do Clash Royale YouTube for, like, many more years. But with my content that I was doing before making this change, I think the reality is my channel would have probably died in about a year. But this might increase that to, instead of being about a year, being like potentially like 3 more years or 4 more years even. Like, who knows? Like, there's really no way to know for sure. But we're gonna try it out, you know. Worst case scenario, it doesn't do well, and then I just switch back to my other content. You should start streaming on TikTok, you'll get more people. Yeah, I mean, I heard you can stream on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I really don't like it, though, because then you have to look at both chats. And I don't actually know how to stream on TikTok. I actually would if I knew how to, but I don't know how. And I tried it, and it didn't work. I clicked on it, it didn't load or something. To be fair, I hardly put any effort in at all, but I guess I could. Like, try again. But I don't know how much I'm going to read the TikTok chat. And I know the TikTok chat gets kind of mad if you're not reading it. And I don't have more than one monitor, so I don't know what I'd do there. I guess I could switch between the chats. Or I could just try to get them to go in the YouTube chat or whatever. That's what Juicy J does with the Twitch chat. He pulls the TikTok chat into his Twitch. And I was, to be fair, uploading on TikTok, but it didn't work out that well. But streaming might help more. I'm not really sure, though. Apparently, TikTok has its own streaming thing, so I don't even have to do OBS Studio on TikTok. Just TikTok has its own live system, I think. What inspired you to change your video format? To grow my channel. That's the main reason. I don't know how those didn't connect. What in the world? Okay, I don't think he can get back to lightning. Yeah, nice. Good game. That was kind of a boring match, not gonna lie. Even though it was close. Yeah, because someone... Yeah, someone in the chat just said it too, like, because it was basically the same thing the whole game. I don't even... Did he even go for an RG in the back? I can't remember. I probably should have gone opposite lane, though. Prince OP, thank you for the $5 donation. Thank you. What was I gonna say? Someone said some CR channels are growing, like Aragon, Riley, Ian, and Juicy J, and their common point is that they're all raw gameplay, very skilled players. Okay, well, there's one thing I want to say first of all to that. I don't think their channels are growing right now, especially Aragon's and Riley's. They're actually like losing viewers now compared to how many they got a couple months ago. So I actually disagree with that. I do think that their channels aren't growing at the moment. They're kind of maintaining, or they might be growing in subs, but in viewers it's about the same. Ian actually is gaining a lot of like his views are up because he's made changes to his videos from what I know, like his thumbnails and like editing and stuff. And Juicy J, the main reason why is because of TikTok. And I was just talking about that I should probably like do TikTok. But if you're talking about the full screen format, I can't even do that anyway because I have to have kind of like an overlay since I'm on Tribe, and Tribe basically, if you're on Tribe or like an org, you kind of have to have an overlay to like kind of represent them a little bit. That's like kind of part of the requirement. So I can't just like disband the like overlay or whatever and just do like full screen and talking. Because yeah, like I mean that's the format they do. Ian's the only YouTuber growing for making good changes. Yeah, like Ian's been making a lot of changes, and it's because he's the only one working with a bunch of people. Like he works with an editor, he works with someone who like designs his thumbs and I think like gives ideas. Whereas I think Aragon and Riley, they just kind of do the same thing and they don't like do any of that. So that kind of goes to show that editing and like working with people helping you always helps your channel. I mean, it's proven time and time again. Even Morton, who had similar content to me, right? He even hired an editor, and it's been successful for him. So time and time again, it kind of proves that editing is the way to go. Did I say Prince OP, thank you for the $5 donation? I think I did, but if I didn't, I'll just say it again. Thank you. I think you didn't say a message, but I just want to make sure. If you have a team behind you, it's bound to work out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly do think what I have going on is going to work out. It takes some time, but I feel like it's going to work out. Like, you know, when you only work with yourself and you only have your own opinion to go off of, I feel like you're missing out on like other points of view. And that's what I've kind of realized, like working with other people now. It's very interesting to have like other points of view and kind of like, and also stuff that goes into like video ideas, and then also when you take the time to actually plan and think through all that, there's for sure like a lot of potential. And one last thing I wanted to say, while I do appreciate, and I kind of talked about this in the YouTube community tab too, and this is why I kind of, you know, I love you guys for like enjoying my content, and it's what sets me apart, but what I'm doing, technically speaking, is wrong. The content I'm doing. It's the reason I say wrong is because the views aren't there compared to channels who are bigger than mine. And you guys might say stuff like, you're the only CR channel I watch because of the raw gameplay, but technically speaking, I'm doing something wrong. There's a reason why, you know, channels who are bigger than mine get more views, right? Like KFC, Sirtag, B-Rad, right? They're doing something that's better than what I'm doing. That's the facts, that's the reality, right? I think you guys can all agree with that, right? Even if you don't watch their content, because of the editing, the views are there. The stats don't lie, right? You all, I'm sure, can agree with that, even if you don't watch them. That's how it works. I mean, that's how YouTube, I mean, that's the reality. And that's why I've decided it's like time to accept that, you know, and try to make a change and put in more work to make that happen. Because the other thing is, these videos I'm making now, they take a lot more work. Before, I could literally get a video recorded in like, you know, like a half hour and then get it uploaded like an hour later, you know? But now I have to spend like quite a few hours to record some of these videos, and then tons of time goes into the, you know, like the editing now, the ideas, all that type of stuff. So it's more work. But I'm hoping like it pays off, you know, because I care a lot about my channel, truly. I care about my channel and like keeping it a thing for as long as possible. I'm gonna have to go log. Oh, let's go. So close. Whew. They have high energy and charisma. Okay, yes. So that was another argument people said, and I completely agree with that, right? I can completely agree that like, you know, that's a big part in it, like how entertaining you are and what your personality is, but editing enhances it regardless of what your personality is. And it gets proven time and time again, and we can't deny it. But that is true. That, of course, goes into it, yeah. Starfruit, thank you for the $2 donation. Do you know what the... global... No, I don't know what that is. Glob... Glob... No, I don't know. Thank you for the donut, though, man. Please share your war deck. I don't really play war anymore. I could check what I have in my in-game duels, though. It's a big block. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention, that was kind of my bad. I'll let him win. I don't think we can come back anyway. You have to be really focused in single. If you get past single, it's pretty easy from that point. I used to watch B-Rads in the beginning, but when it went more funny things and make more fun, I stopped watching. At least I'm here to learn to play better. Yeah, well, that's why I'm streaming. So while I have these videos going on that I know some people are inevitably gonna hate, that's why I'm still gonna stream. Why not collab with Rockstar and Anime and grow your audience? Because they speak Spanish, so that wouldn't make any sense. We have completely different audiences. I'll change my deck here. We could try that deck there, maybe. Hog. Streaming and uploading affect your channel? Because I heard from bigger YouTubers it does. Not anymore, they separated it. Ludwig is a big streamer on YouTube and he streams like almost every day. And he uploads frequently. It's because they changed it. They separated the lives from the videos. They used to not separate it, so it did affect it, but not anymore. So I'm kind of glad they changed that. I don't know if that was a good play. I feel like I maybe should have just let it connect, because I literally spent 5 elixir just to... Yeah, I don't know. How's it going, Kim? Golden Knight. I gotta wait to play the Knight, because otherwise... Oh, what's... Rip. I'm starting to wonder if this guy actually runs this deck that I copied, because, like, doesn't... Man, to be fair, though, it's quite an unlucky first matchup. Like, he's got building and NATO, and we're running balloon here. It's pretty rough. Will we still do detailed tier lists or no? No. Pretty much I'm gonna do nothing that I used to do before. Unless I decide to stop doing it and go back. I might be able to stream. I can stream tier lists. That's the thing, chat. I can stream tier lists. So literally everything that you guys are going to miss from the videos, just don't worry, because I'm going to stream it. I just realized that, chat. I'm going to stream, I'll stream a tier list. When the balances go live. So, like, in a month or something. Yeah, I just realized everything I used to do, I can literally just stream. Bruh, there's, like, that's, like, almost 100-0. Like, that has to be. Like, that, bro. I mean, it's kind of crazy the matchups we're getting, like, right when I switch the deck. Like, that's so unlucky. Like, building NATO, and then I can't do anything about the Golden Knight. The question is, does this guy actually run this deck? The deck I just copied? Like, I don't know. Sam Mac, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, whilst I feel like we are good friends because I've watched your content for years, you are authentic and genuine. Keep it up. I enjoy your videos. Thank you, man. Really do appreciate that comment. And a long time support. Yeah, that's the thing about YouTube. I feel like people really, because you kind of mentioned, like, you're good friends. I feel like, no, like, that's very common, I feel like, nowadays online, because you feel, like, really connected with, like, the people you, you watch a lot, so I, you know, I respect that. Sure. I don't know if I should keep playing this. You have nothing for the drill? Yeah, not much. Pretty much bomb tower. It's not an ideal counter, though. The other thing I could always do is make a second channel and upload the old videos on that. Or, like, the old style of videos on that. Like, that's another alternative, I guess. But, yeah, there's a lot of ways to go about it. I mean, that would be, like, more work, but I could do that. Like, make a channel that I do, like, the raw gameplay with no edits. And then, like, I can do discussion videos on that channel, too, and, like, tier lists. Missed the arrows, it doesn't even matter though. It's because I was reading the chat. The guy doesn't actually run that deck. Oh, he doesn't? Yeah, he probably uses a different variation. Winning Grand Challenge with the lowest ranked cards on Royal API. I don't think it's a good idea because it wouldn't make sense to put Royal API in the title. Or in the thumbnail, because not everyone knows what it is who plays this game. So I feel like it would be a very kind of like... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it would be smart to, like, leak what my future kind of, like, ideas are for videos, but... Or, like, ones we already got planned. I don't know, is that bad to do? I mean, it kind of, like, ruins the surprise, I guess. So it's probably not the greatest idea. But we have, like, tons planned. Well, What we just need is we need one video to pop off and go viral, pretty much. And then if that happens, then I feel like that's all I need to kind of kickstart the new content. You need to don't be too hard on yourself too. Yeah, I mean, people have told me that too. But I have high expectations of myself. I've always been that way, like my whole life. But that's what kind of keeps me, like, motivated, you know? When you say we, who you're referring to, well, I have an editor and another person I'm working with as well, helping with ideas and strategy of the videos. You need more confidence in yourself? I agree. I'm not like a super confident person. I mean, I'm only 19, you know, so as I get older, I'll probably continue becoming a more confident person. Yeah, I kind of want to change the deck, especially since I found out that that guy doesn't actually run that deck, who I copied it off of. Um, Actually, I kind of wanted to use this Graveyard Freeze deck. I've never used it before. It's pretty good, I think. I saw there's like a few people using it. Does your school friends recognize you as a CR Pro? When I was in high school, there were like a decent amount of people who like knew about my channel, but I go to a community college. Not that many people know. At the moment, not gonna lie, community college is, I mean, it's alright. I mean, because you save a ton of money going, but it's not very like social. Like, I feel like people don't really talk as much as in high school, or compared to like even like regular college, so it's kind of a little different, but Flobby. Yeah, rip the Flobby. I don't know how many of you guys heard about it. I think probably a good amount of you have probably heard about it, I'm sure. If you haven't, you can check Twitter. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but yeah. College is wasting money to get through as cheap as you can. I especially sometimes question whether I'm wasting my time and money because I don't even know what job I want with the degree I get. I'm mostly going as a backup. A large part of why I'm going is because my parents want me to, which is understandable because they both have, you know, like master degrees, so they, you know, believe that like education's important, which I do think in a way it is kind of important. It's just the problem is because I don't know what I want to do with my degree. That's why I'm questioning whether it's a waste of time, because like let's say I become like a multimillionaire in my 20s and I never have to use that college degree, then you could say it was just a waste of time. That's kind of wishful thinking, but you know, I want to be kind of like an entrepreneur, right, type of thing. But that's why you got to try to make the most out of college, like besides just the grades you get and the degree, you know, the people you meet, connections you form. I mean, that's kind of important because otherwise it really could be a waste of time for some people. But yeah, it does give you backup, for sure, because if I, you know, like, if I am ever in a position where I need a job, I'm going to be glad that I have that degree. So I guess it really just depends on where my life is going to be at, like 5 years from now. There's no way to know at the end of the day. So only time will tell. Where'd you buy that hoodie? I actually got it from for free from Supercell. It was one of the... it has like arrows on it, so it's like a Clash-related thing. It's kind of unnoticeable though, so I actually can wear it in public and stuff because it's just like arrows. And there's a bunch of other stuff too. There was like a rain jacket type of thing they provided, and then there was like... It was back for the 10-year anniversary thing. They did some... I don't know how to call it. They did... But creators got like different types of merch. There were 3 different ones. There was like Clash Dash. There was like... Yeah, there was 3 different... Okay. I don't know why when we keep switching decks we keep getting hard countered. I don't know. I feel like this might not be that bad though. But like, I feel like it's hard because of the delivery and the EQ. It's just stopping these hogs are annoying. It's nice we had for the arrows for the archers, but it's kind of tough. Would wearing Clash merch be embarrassing? Sometimes I wear to the gym. I got quite a few Clash Royale shirts. I might to the gym wear it. I don't think, though, I would ever wear that to school. I think that would be a little embarrassing. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe some of you guys think it wouldn't be. I think I've never worn it to school. I just think it would be a little bit... It would be a little weird, because for some reason people kind of think that video games are sort of like a nerdy thing. I don't know. And, like, first impressions are very important. So if you're wearing like a shirt that has like game characters on it or like a design, even if people don't know what like Clash Royale is, just seeing you wear like a Clash Royale shirt with game characters on it, I feel like if people don't know you, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy is like a, you know, a guy who plays, you know, a lot of video games. And for some people, I just think that's kind of a turnoff because there's many people who don't play a lot of video games. I don't know, like, I mean, I'm probably like overthinking it, but yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it anyway. And the thing is, I don't even care that much about what I wear. I actually don't even, I don't have an insane amount of style or anything, but I just think like it's probably not the best idea to wear like designs and stuff. In certain like occasions, but I guess it kind of depends on everyone's opinion. It's probably not really something that actually matters that much in reality. So, we just go Phoenix on lava. Unfortunately, appearance is important. Yeah, it is. It is very important. Yeah. Have to take off. Catch you in the next live vid. See you later, man. Thanks for stopping by. How much money have you won playing this game? Not a lot. If you're talking about like earnings from like competitive, if you mean from like content and everything, it's significantly more. I've hardly made like that much from competitive. I'm probably fine saying what my competitive earnings are because many other players say that, or I think it's even posted on the Royale API. Maybe like, I'm trying to think like what it even is. Maybe like, in total from everything, like over the years from like semi-pro and everything, maybe like, I feel like it'd have to be at least 10,000, but probably 15, 20. Thing is, if I made World Finals even like once or twice, that would be way higher. So Worlds kind of automatically gives you a lot, just qualifying to that. But that's why I focus more on content, because unless you're like a top like 3 player in this game, you're not really gonna make a living off of content. Unless you live in like another country or something. Let's see here. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. RIP. Hello from France and Singapore. Welcome. What are your top 5 best players based on skill? Yeah, I think the best, like the most talented, like I think the most skilled and talented players is different. So I would say like the best players in the game right now, because I assume that's what you mean by skill. Mohamed Light is like the best, and then probably like Morton, Mugi, Lucas, and then maybe like, would maybe Samuel be 5th or someone else, but it would be like around something like that. Play the Giant Rage deck. This deck right here, yeah, I could. Pedro? I don't think Pedro is even top 10, in my opinion. He's very good with Mortar, though. Discord? Yeah, I got a Discord server, but I hardly use it. Talk about wanting to grow your channel. Have you considered branching out to other games? I mean, yeah, I've definitely thought about it. I feel like I'd need to get really good at the game, though. Whatever game I switch to. Or whatever I'm creating content on, I need to be very, like, knowledgeable about it, at the very least. But I might do that eventually. Once this game, like... Oops, I misclicked. Once this game completely dies, that's probably what I'll do. Or try to do, anyway. Other than live stream or community tab. I have Twitter that I use quite a lot. It's weird, like... Logs that. Guess I can collect her again. This is kind of tough. We'll see how we win this. Nice. Let's go. What's your major? Business administration. Your thoughts about Riley and Ian being in the top 5? I think... I think Riley's a little better than Ian, in my opinion. It's very close, but I think Riley's a little better. And I think Riley's a top 10 player. I think if he really tried in CRL and, like, had an analyst and everything, I think he definitely would make Worlds, or would have a very, very good chance of it. Riley didn't play this first CRL because he, kind of like me, he doesn't have an amazing sleep schedule, so he didn't want to wake up for it. So he didn't play it. But yeah, I think people might not realize how good Riley actually is, because he mostly uploads videos on Logbait, but he plays a lot of, like, other decks, and, like, even practices with a lot of other good players, and he'll switch between, like, so many different decks and beat them, like, pretty consistently. Like, he's very, very good with, like, a wide variety of decks. The game will die with the implementation of level 15. I don't think it'll completely die, but a lot of people will probably quit, because I think it's safe to say that almost everyone hates the idea of level 15 getting added, and regardless of how it's implemented, people are going to get mad that, like, Supercell didn't listen or whatever. So I would certainly say so. Wow. Guys, who's Flobby? So, he was a German content creator, caster, and like former pro. He was the guy where there's that huge controversy. It was when he was playing against Surgical Goblin and Gamergy, and like people felt like he deserved it because they replayed a match where it was obvious Flobby was gonna win. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like know more about what recently happened, I'd probably recommend watching CWA's video. I don't know how much I exactly want to talk about it, just because I don't know what YouTube's guidelines are. Well, I think it's allowed to be said, actually. What are some good decks with Monk in it? RG's not bad. The thing is, though, RG's not... Here's the thing I think that's confusing to some people. How different, like, ladder and competitive are. RG's good and competitive right now, but it's not really that good on ladder, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's game. Air decks are rough for this, because you only got one air counter. This is meta deck. It's pretty solid. It finished top 20 last season. What do you consider yourself? Maybe like top 30 right now. When I was like at my prime, I was probably more like top like 15 or something, but definitely like dropped a bit. I'd say like top 30. Yeah, Ivering, yeah, thank you again for the donation. Let me try to good decks with Monk real quick. So like RG is probably, like, I would say RG is one of the best decks with Monk. You could also play like a couple other things with it. Let me see if anyone has it on TV Royale, but like RG is probably the best deck with Monk right now. You could probably, there's Hog Monk you could use with Bomb Tower. You could also play Ramrudder Monk, that bridge spam deck. It's got like, you know, Magic Archer, Phoenix, Lumberjack, Bar Barrel, and then usually Fireball, but you could also use Poison if you want. Who do you think the best player in the world is? I mean, it's definitely Muhammad Light. It's not even close. It's actually not even close, in my opinion. It's without a doubt Muhammad Light. I'm actually going to run recruits right now. don't like how I keep switching my decks, and I feel like just getting an unfortunate matchup. Like, we don't have anything for the collector. And then when I was running a giant pump deck, we got like lava arrows shortly after. It's kind of annoying. This, I think, is a really hard counter because I don't have anything for the collector. And also, his golem pushes are so hard for me to stop. Golem does really good against recruits. Yeah, we pretty much already lost. It's unlucky. I mean, he's got 2 pumps down. Yeah, I tried. Is he the second best player in the world? He's probably like top 15 or 20 right now. Yeah, it's such a rough matchup. We got the first game. Golem's actually one of the hardest matchups for this deck, or like, I mean, there's a lot of other things that are difficult, probably like minor wall breakers, but Golem is really hard. Osama, who's the best recruits player, always talks about that, like how Golem's really difficult. Of course, it's worse if they have Night Witch, but still. Are you going to try to qualify for any of the monthly qualifiers? If I can keep my sleep schedule like this now, then yeah, because I woke up at like 8 a.m. today. I pulled an all-nighter to fix my sleep schedule, so if I keep my sleep schedule, then I'll try to play it. Everyone liked this stream. Oh, yeah, it's good for the algorithm. So if you guys could do that, that'd be much appreciated. And speaking of minor wall breakers, what would you do if you didn't do YouTube? Probably would perhaps, I don't know, focus like more on school, or found another way to earn money online. Probably one of those two things. Would you rank B-Rad on the pro ranking spectrum? Well, he doesn't play competitive anymore. So it'd be hard to. But I were to say, like, if he were to play CRL for a year at his current level, like, let's just say he decided to play CRL this whole year, like all the monthly qualifiers. Because there's a point system, we could evaluate, or I could guess what rank he would be. I would probably say about top 50. If he really, like, try-harded. But if he, and that's with him not playing competitive in a while. I think that if he started to play competitive again and try to, like, get to his prime, then it could be a lot better. Because when he was at his prime, he was probably, like, top 10. Golden Knight was crazy. Business. I'm studying business administration right now. I think that's my major. I was thinking about psychology, but I decided to go with business administration for now. Osama can't play in CRL anymore? Yeah, I heard, like, in Syria the game got banned. Why did it get banned? Like, political stuff, I guess? I don't know. It's also the reason why Russia can't play in CRL. Alright, GG. Do you know coding? I'm studying coding, like computer science. But yeah, I know what coding is. But like the major's called coding. Like that's what the major's called. I'm getting tired for some reason. Wonder if I need coffee. Probably not. I don't want to drink it if I don't need to. Because I don't want to get in the habit of having more than 1 cup of coffee a day. I usually just have it in the morning and that's it. Did you graduate yet? From high school, yeah, if that's what you meant. Do you not stream on Twitch now or something, boss? Now that I've changed my content, I'm probably not going to. I really want to stream on YouTube now that I have this new content going on because I'm uploading only a couple times a week. And quite frankly, like, I feel like it wasn't really worth it too much to stream on Twitch for me. But still, I probably will do one final stream before I quit for good. I feel like it makes more sense to stream on YouTube because it's a bigger platform for me than Twitch. And there's a lot of people also switching to YouTube streaming, especially because it's the videos are now separate from the streaming, and I feel like Twitch kind of, I don't know, is losing a bit of popularity. You should do more of what Rai does when he breaks down each play while he's doing it. Well, he's very good at it because he, like I've said this before, and people are always surprised when I say this, he voices over, his videos, so when he's saying stuff, it's not live, and that's kind of the beauty of, doing the full screen content, like what Riley, Ian, and Aragon do, because they can voice over their games, allowing them to commentate more effectively. They all do that, Ian, Riley, and Aragon. So, of course, you know, their commentating is going to be very good, and it's hard to reach the level of that commentating if you don't voice over. How fast can you type? What's your words per minute? I don't know. I'd have to check that out. I actually am not really sure. I think I type faster on my phone than on the computer, though. I'm a pretty fast texter. You're sure Raleigh's videos are voiced over? Yeah, I'm very positive. The vast majority of them are. Some of them might not be. I've spoke to, like, Riley and Ian and Aragon. I think occasionally they don't voice over if they're very busy and they need to, like... And if it's early season especially, they might not need to. because obviously that doesn't require as much focus as end of the season. But end of the season, if they're playing last few days of the season, they're definitely voicing over, 100%. I can definitely confirm that. I mean, it makes sense that not that many people know that, because they're obviously not going to say it in their videos. But yeah. Best NA was the only one who I think usually didn't voice over. And it was because he was kind of lazy and didn't want to take the time to voice over. That was the main reason. But, yeah, it kind of amazes me, like, how many people don't know that, though, that they're voiced over. And it's not like it's bad that they are, but I think it's kind of a little silly because people kind of are always talking about how good they are at, like, commentating or, like, analyzing the games, when in reality they're talking about it after it already happened. So they just have to explain what already happened. And without having to focus and play at the same time, they're obviously going to be able to break down what they did easier. But I guess it doesn't matter that much, like, at the end of the day. But I can say that for myself, too. Like, I play way better when I'm not commentating. Like, the difference is actually kind of massive. In how you play when you're... Do you guys notice how when Morton plays end of this... Think about this, guys. Chat for a second. When Morton streams end of the season, do you notice how he doesn't talk in any of his games? Do you notice how much better he plays in his YouTube videos? Compare the two of them. And then it becomes obvious that they're voicing over. Because Morton is like the second, third best player in the game, right? So you know what Morton's potential is when he's not commentating. And then compare it to when he is commentating. And then if you look at, you know, Riley, Aragon, Ian, right? Their gameplay in lots of cases is better than Morton's when he's commentating, which proves something's going on. That's all I'm going to say. You can literally figure it out just based off of that. You do a typing test after stream ends? I could. I've done, like, I'm on iPad right now. I mean, I spilled some water, dang. The thing is, I feel like I'm going to be nervous doing it when everyone's watching, and I might choke. And I tip it, and I usually use my phone when I'm texting. I don't know. I could do it now. If you want, chat. I think most people would prefer I keep playing. Which state are you from? I live in Virginia now, but I guess you could say I'm from Florida because that's where... I mean, to be fair, I've been in Virginia for a while now, since I was like 12, but I was in Florida for like a good chunk of my childhood. And I was born in Chicago, which is Illinois, so. Have you been to Pennsylvania? Yes. Yeah, I definitely have. I've been to a lot of the states, but there's also quite a few I haven't been to. Yeah. Yikes. What are your plans for the day after stream ends? So, I fixed my sleep schedule. Which means I'm going to be going to sleep way earlier. than I was even just a few days ago. So probably when I'm done streaming, I'm gonna work out most likely. And then after that, kind of see where I'm at that point. Maybe kind of prepare like a future video a little bit, get it prepared. The next one I actually got planned that I'm going to record takes quite a bit of planning. So I'm going to start some of that planning and preparation process today, and then probably record it this weekend. But yeah, today, probably when I'm done streaming, I'm going to work out. And then after that, like, you know, dinner. And then I don't got a whole lot I got to do. Oh, it wasn't in... RIP. I was hoping it was in range. Sadly, it was not. Tough. That is tough. Physique check. I actually posted it on Twitter, but then I had to delete it because I might post it again. But I posted it and then I had to delete it because there's a specific reason why. I don't even know if I should say, because... And it's not anything bad. It's just... I mean, like, honestly, I could say it. I'm going to say it without saying it, if that makes sense. It had to do with our sponsors, with Tribe. There was something in the picture that shouldn't have been shown in the picture, basically. And it had nothing to do with my physique or anything inappropriate. What I'm talking about is, like, there was a sponsor in... So, like, I'm trying to explain this the best way possible. So, it was like a competing brand of one of our sponsors. And we as content creators have to be very careful not to, like, promote other brands that are, like, competitors of the brands, if that makes sense. So there you go. That's it. I pretty much, I think I explained that well enough. But yeah. But I'll probably post it again in like a month or two, because I made a lot of progress, so I'm pretty happy with it overall. But you know, it's oh my god, we're against lava again. Why? The thing is, I don't want to get, like, too massive. I'm not trying to, like, bulk a ton. I'm mostly just trying to stay pretty lean, but put on a lot more muscle. That's kind of my ultimate goal. I don't care too much about strength, in all honesty. Like, I don't want to bulk and, like, weigh a ton just because it means I can lift more. I kind of want to have an, you know, an aesthetic physique. I guess that's what you would call it. So that's kind of my goal. Like, I definitely don't want to have a really high body fat. So I don't want to, like, really put on a ton of weight. I'm trying to, like, kind of gain or, like, maintain, if that makes sense. So I'm not in a super, like, big caloric, surplus or anything. I'm kind of like maintaining the amount of calories I eat, because when I started out, I was at a high enough body fat to do that. You look quite slim. You could say I'm skinny fat, or I definitely was when I started. I think my body fat is like 18% or something. That's high enough to where I can still put on muscle, and I already have. But when I first started, I was definitely skinny fat. Like, I might look skinny, but I'm not actually that skinny. Like, I don't have abs. Unless I'm, like, really flexing. And that means you're above 15% body fat. I'm, like, People who know fitness and stuff online have told me I'm around like 18% body fat, or even like closer to 20. So I'm definitely not too lean to the point I can't put on muscle, without a doubt. It's probably not, unless you're like, I don't know, like if you're 12% body fat, you're not going to be putting on muscle unless you're using like steroids. But I think when you're at the point I'm at, I would assume you probably are still able to put on a good chunk. How tall are you? I'm about 6'1". Man, this is wild though. That we matched Lava Valk twice. It's kind of unlucky. Dang, chat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed we haven't been able to push up much so far this stream, but... and I don't want to, like, complain and make excuses, but some of the, like, I feel like we're really getting screwed over by some of these matchups. Like, honestly, bro, I don't know how... Did we just get sniped? I don't want to say for sure that we did, but... What are the odds that I just matched, like, basically the same deck twice in a row? And it's not even, like, meta or anything either. That's kind of wild. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I did for sure, but that's really bad luck. Like, we got that hard counter twice in a row, the exact same deck. That's, I mean, that's kind of insane. We are getting, without a doubt, very unlucky right now with the matchups we're getting. Yeah, that's tough. Jack's World, thank you for the $5 donation. Let me read your message now. Love your channel, man. Keep up the great work. Great that you're branching out with your style. For sure, man. We're trying new things out. Top 3 cards that need a buff and top 3 that need a nerf. Alright, so top 3 that need a buff. I think the Furnace is like really, really bad. I think the Healer should get a buff, because the Healer could be used in other decks besides Elixir Golem if it was a bit stronger. So that way, Elixir Golem doesn't get a buff, but Healer does. That should be separate. And then I think Wizard. Wizard, I also think, could use a buff. It's been really bad for so long. Like, Witch is definitely better. No one at top ladder, like, ever runs Wizard. Okay, so those would be my 3 for buff. Wizard, Furnace, and Healer. And then the top 3 that need a nerf, probably... top 3 that need a nerf. Well, I mean, like, the champions are all really strong, but I think right now the Golden Knight is especially super strong. I would say, like, the Golden Knight could probably use a nerf. The Phoenix could use another nerf, potentially. And I think Miner could use one. I don't know. Like, in my opinion, Miner could use a nerf. I think, like, those 3 are, like, good enough for, like, nerfs. I'm sure others will watch. Check DMs. We have a minute. Yeah, I can check right now. Hold on. Unlock the chest. I mean, I can unlock it, but I'm fully maxed, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. I'm sure others watch. Yeah, but I'm not gonna do as well when I'm like streaming, because I'm gonna be nervous. It's so annoying. pretty much already lost. We're gonna have to let the bandit connect, I think. Prince charged into the cage before the wall breakers connected. Yo, rip. Yeah, but the person wanted me to type in test. You could probably just like DM me on Twitter, and I could send you the results after or something. I don't know. The problem is, like, I've never done it on my iPad. Like, I text on my phone. Let me see here. If I get it set up. Alright, chat. I'm gonna try to, like... Let me see what happens here. Hold on. Is this the right one? Yeah, this would be it. 1 second. Alright, chat. If I do horrible, I'm gonna do it again. Like, I'm gonna try it like maybe a few times. Let me see. Alright. Yeah. Alright, look. If I completely fail, I'll just try a couple times. Here we go. The heck just happen? Oh, there we go. Thing is, I've gotten like what in the 60s before. Like that didn't feel very good. That run did not feel that good. That's the thing, chat. I'm telling you, when I have the pressure of like everyone watching, I do worse because I've literally gotten in the 60s before. Or 70s even. And this was a different site too. I didn't know there would be like dashes and like other stuff either. Like that's why I didn't really want to do this while I was streaming. Wait, did I have to do the caps or no? Or did it still count it? Because that would be good to know. I was taking extra time to capitalize the beginning of the sentences. Do I have to, or do I not have to capitalize? Just pretend your crush is watching you, you'll be more motivated? I'd probably be more nervous if that were the case. Here, I might try like one more time. So you have a crush? No, I don't even have a crush right now. I mean, like I used to, but not really anymore. Why is it not working? What's this? It's that typing thing, but after this I'll play louder again. It's not loading. Type eraser. Alright, I can try that. 1 second. One more time, chat. It literally just loaded right when I... See, like, why did it load when I just closed out of it? It's wild. One second. Alright, I just want to try one more time, and if I fail again, I clearly can't do it that well while I'm streaming. The problem is it's giving me words. Yeah, forget it. I'm done. I'm done with that. I did like way worse than before. I'm gonna play some more ladder now. I'm curious when I don't stream what I can get. Let me turn that on now. The other thing I was going to say is it was giving me words that I didn't ever have to spell before in my life. So I had to like... Because I think the typing test I did before had words that were shorter. And maybe that's why I was able to get in the like 60s with like 100% accuracy. Because some of those words were like... It was a name. Like names and like words that were kind of complicated. Because I think when I did it before, it was more basic words. So that might be why. I don't know. And you have to manually find the extra characters. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's dashes and commas and stuff. And before, I didn't really have to do that. It's all good, though. It's just, we'll play, like, a few more ladder games, and then we'll probably end soon. Alright, GG. Alright, see you, man. Sorry. Thank you for stopping by. I'm kind of tired for some reason. Any life advice? It's hard to give. You're very vulnerable, it seems like. What does that mean? I guess that can be taken a few different ways. Any life advice? Yeah, I don't know. I'm only 19, so I haven't, like, lived life an insanely long time yet. I mean, with that being said, I'm not super young. It would probably be hard to give life advice, because I feel like I kind of live my life differently than maybe a lot of other people do, and maybe the things I care about are different than other people as well. So, I don't know. Not in a bad way, your persona just seems kind of anxious. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I'm trying to think of good life advice. And I just realized we're getting hard countered. Dark Prince, Skarmy. Yep, this is a pretty fat counter. Osama, who's the best recruits player, always says, like, Skarmy's a really, really annoying card for this deck. And Giant Graveyard's really tough. No, I'm not good at chess. I mean, I'm alright at it. I'm probably, like, average. But I'm not gonna try to become pro or anything at it, because it would be a waste of time. It's impossible to become a pro in chess unless you've been grinding it when you were young. You would have to be, like, 1 in a billion type of talent in order to become a grandmaster if you didn't grind it when you were young. Like, everyone who... And for me, I don't really play things casually. When I do stuff in life, I do my very best at it. Or, you know, I try to... I'm trying to... How would I explain this? I don't really play stuff casually. It's hard for me to. So, since I know, like, it would be impossible for me to, like, be a pro at chess, I just don't really waste my time playing it anymore. But I played it a little bit when I was younger. But I never had that drive to be, like, one of the best chess players when I was young. So I don't play it much anymore now. But I had, like, one point of time where, like, I was playing it kind of a bit and trying to learn it. But then I quickly lost interest when I found out that it's pretty much impossible to become a grandmaster or, like, become a professional, like, one of the best chess players. Like, it's pretty much impossible if you were not already extremely good when you were very young. So I got really kind of, like, that kind of turned me off a bit. It does appeal to me, though. Like, I mean, it's a very strategic game. Best life advice is just improve one step at a time slowly, but then surely going forward. Yeah, that's a good one. So here's what I would say. The best thing to do is probably take advice from people who have lived life longer, or even people when they were on their deathbed, what advice they said. And a big one is they regret not living a life that's true to themselves, and they live their life for other people, basically, or to like please other people. Another common one is working too much. Another is regretting, like, I don't know how to, I forgot exactly what this one was. Oh, well, one was like not keeping your friends or something, like staying in touch with your friends, or like, or taking chances and stuff was like another one. Stuff like that. Another big one that I feel like people really kind of learn as they get older it's probably that money doesn't matter as much as we think it does. And that's probably one I probably need to work on, because I feel like sometimes I care too much about money and superficial stuff like that. And it's okay to care about it a little bit, but I think about it too much sometimes. Especially for how young I am, I probably do think about it way too much. Because I feel like most kids my age, and this is why I said I'm a bit different than kids my age, especially with what I mean, it's kind of obvious with like the YouTube and everything I do, but people my age, I feel like know how to have fun more than I do. So that's why I'm saying, if you're young like I am, I don't know if it would be smart to take life advice from me. Because the way I live my life is very different than a lot of other kids my age. I'm someone who, even though I'm very young, I work pretty hard. I've literally, if you consider, like, content creation a job, which a lot of people do, I felt like I've really kind of been working since I was, like, 15. Or you could say at least 16. So my advice to a lot of you guys would probably be, I think living in the moment is important. It's another big one. Because I really sometimes stress a lot about the future. Even though I think that I have a lot of positives of things I do well, there are probably a lot of ways I could give life advice, but I think there's a lot of things I myself need to improve on. But that's how I am. I'm a strong improver in like I'm a strong believer in like self-improvement and stuff. I focus a lot on trying to improve myself in a lot of aspects of my life, basically. So, what's up, Jackson? Yo, boss, if you only got to talk to one girl the rest of your life, who'd it be? So, I know this isn't probably the answer that you're expecting me to say. But because of the way you worded it, it would still count. Probably my mom. I know you were probably talking about like other girls, like girls you are in relationships with or date, but I mean, what other answer could there be, you know? There's no one that matters more than your family. So that's a simple question for me. Um, why do you have emotes muted? Um, I don't honestly. I'd always have them muted. The only time I usually have them on is for YouTube videos. But even when I stream, I don't like having them on. Just because, I do think it affects my mindset a little bit when people like BM and stuff. So, it's not worth having it on. Since I don't really BM my opponents much, why should I, you know, torture myself by having them on? That's kind of the way I see it. Because if someone's like BMing, especially if they have like a good matchup, it kind of makes me mad. And then every time I have them on, I question myself, why did I turn them on, you know? Because sooner or later I'm going to be upset as a result of it. Probably, and there's even times where I'll turn it on when I have them off because I'm curious if they're BMing. And I don't even know why I do that. But I'm just like curious, you know, like are they BMing me? Oh, I just realized you played that out of range. It's all good though, it doesn't matter that much, I guess. What's your honest opinion about Zafkiel? Boy, oh boy. I mean, that's a good question. I'd say the emote he got in the recent little tournament was kind of a little bit Mickey Mouse. We could start there. Do you have a streaming schedule? Or you go live when you feel like it? No, I don't really have a schedule, but I like pretty much will never stream in the morning, like very, very early. But I try to stream in the early afternoon, but I'll sometimes stream in the evening also. So it really just depends. I don't watch KSI, no. But I know who that is. Are you into politics? Somewhat, but it's probably not a good thing to talk about on stream because, like, it's controversial. What if she's a 10 but her brother bullies you behind your back? Don't know how much that would bring her down because that's not necessarily her fault. It's kind of the brother. What's your thoughts on community college? I think for what it is, it's not a bad deal. Like, you save a lot, so I can't really complain. And for the one I go to, the professors are all very good. So I kind of overall would say it's a good experience. But I'm also, you know, looking forward to see what regular, like, university is like, to see how different it is. Do you think people who attend community college aren't as smart as people who go to college or university? Some. For sure, some. It really just depends, I guess. There's probably obviously some people who go who didn't get good grades in high school, but probably a lot who go are just looking to save money and aren't sure what they're gonna do yet later in their life. Or they just weren't sure. Because the way it works is after high school, it might depend on the state, but you usually can only take like one gap year, and then you kind of have to, at that point, you had to have applied by then to go to like a regular uni. Otherwise, you kind of have to go to community college. So, I don't know. I think it, like, there's a lot of factors it depends on, but like, you could for sure say that, yeah, people who, like, there's a decent amount of people who go to community who aren't as smart, yeah. Hopefully I don't fall into that category. I don't think I do, though, because at my community college, I got, like, I don't know what you call it, but, like, a letter from I think it's called the dean. I think I'm in, like, the top 13% of grades at my community college, which is very good. I'm kind of surprised I'm in the top 13% because I feel like I don't even put in a ton of effort. To me, it kind of, I don't want to say it comes easy, but I feel like if I had to study a lot more, I could. Oh, you made the Dean's List? Yeah, I guess that's what it's called. I don't know. Bro, the arrows didn't hit the mini P.E.K.K.A. What is that? I mean, I am kind of a nerd after all, so if I wasn't good at school, that would be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it be? GG. Listen, the arrows kind of hurt there. Not gonna lie. Alright, Jackson, we're gonna have to relax a little bit on the questions here, I think. If you had one wish, what would that be? I'd need some time to think about that one a little bit. One wish, what would it be? For some reason, the first thing that came to my mind is I would love to... It's so tough, man. Like, one wish is so tough. And you didn't put any restrictions on it, so I could, you know, become a billionaire. But I have to think, like, would that be the way to go? Like, what would another good wish be? Be like... The thing I was thinking was, like, he wants a #1 finish. I do. I mean, I'd love to get a #1 finish, but, like, if we're thinking about this logically here, like, if I had any wish, like... Why would I want to have a #1 finish? You know, that would be in there maybe if I had like 10 wishes, but like 1, nah. The thing is, I don't think it would be smart to wish for money as the wish. I think it would make more sense to wish that you invented something that was like extraordinary, because you would not only gain money, but you would gain like status and like respect from it. So there's like more to just money, right? People who are famous don't just have money. They have like a lot of like status and people who like look up to them. So I don't know, it'd probably be like one wish to like, I don't know, invent something extraordinary that like changes the world, if that makes sense. So it would be kind of like Steve Jobs inventing the iPhone, or like something like that. I'm trying to think like what else would be like a good wish. Bro, what are these decks that I'm getting? Or that like I'm playing against here? It's kind of like just... It's so whack. End world hunger. See, this is the thing. Whenever people like ask for like one wish, okay, if I ended world hunger, yo. I mean, to be fair, like the person who does end world hunger would get a lot of clout. So, okay, so I don't even... So not only would it be a nice thing, but... So, man, I feel so, like, narcissistic, because it's like, I want to get something out of it, too. But if I invented something to end world hunger, that might be the way to go. That would be, like, a really good wish. So, if I invented something that ended world hunger, like maybe, I don't know exactly how I would do that or go about that, that would be, like, perfect, I think. So you're, like, that guy who ended world hunger. You did an amazing thing. You get rewarded with money, status. You get all three things. You get that good reputation. You get money. It's perfect. You get, that's it right there. And being the person to end world hunger. That's it, chat. We thought of it. If I had the wish, that's what I would wish for. Takes a little bit of thought. But I was trying to lightning block, but I realized he still had to defend the Golden Knight. No way, Jackson, you're more toxic than Aragon in your speech. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people, like, in the community don't expect, like, people to be toxic, like content creators or pros. But then they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Oh my gosh, people would be, like, mind blown. Like, what people say. And some of it is jokes and stuff, but I just think in general, people would be kind of, like, surprised at what some of the stuff people say. Let's put it this way, chat. Content creators and pros, especially younger ones, are not much different than yourself. For some reason, people think that, like, pros and, like, content creators, they're, like, more mature people, and they, like, don't talk trash, or they don't, like, say things they shouldn't, or just say things that are kind of, like, immature or childish. Like, but that is not the case at all. Like, we're literally the same in, like, group chats and stuff, and on call. But it's just funny how people think, like, we're, like, angels or something. It's just funny. Andrew Hart says, hey, always nice to see you streaming. Have a great evening. And yeah, you're absolutely right. If you're famous, it's much more than just money. You need to do something to inspire others. Yeah, it's very true. Like, if you look at, like, Elon Musk, right? The richest man. He got that money, a large part of it is because of his fame. And the stuff he got for, like, you know, basically founding Tesla, right? And SpaceX. So they kind of go hand in hand. It's very easy to, well, I shouldn't say easy because it's hard to be rich. But let's put it this way. It's significantly easier to be rich and have not many people know you than it is to be famous and be poor. Most people who are famous have a lot of money. That's how it works. But there's many people who have a lot of money that aren't famous. Heck, you could be living next door to a multimillionaire and you might not know. Some people just kind of live like kind of a normal, like low-key life. And like, you know, people might like not even know. So that's a good point for sure. We could like play a couple more games here. Who's your favorite person in the community? Oh, that's a tough question. Favorite person in the community. It might be Jackson CR. I don't know. There's something about the guy that has kind of always resonated with me. SK's my personal favorite. Alright, that's a fair answer. I was being genuine. Well, but I genuinely don't know who my favorite person is in the community. I'm trying to, like, think if I can get an idea of who I'd say. Who came to mind first? I don't know if anyone did in particular. I just kind of thought of the whole community as a whole. Clash with Ash, most down. Yeah, I mean, Ash would definitely be up there for sure. Molight's the best player, but I don't know if I'd say like he's my favorite person in the community. It's a mirror match, so I can't say it's a hard counter either. I don't know who my you know who I'd go with? Maybe I'd go with Bag. He doesn't really play the game anymore, but I mean, when he did, I talked to him quite a bit. Someone who I've like called with kind of frequently. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'd go with him, but it's like hard to say. The thing is I'm not really I don't know. I'm not the type of person to really have too many like favorites. And the other thing is, I bet most people in the community, if they got asked like who their favorite in the community is, I don't think many people would say me either. So it kind of goes both ways. Because I'm not someone who has a lot of close friends. I kind of more so, I just try to kind of be like, to get along with everyone, if that makes sense. But I don't have like a ton of like super close friends. Oh yeah, yeah. I watched some of the videos on KFC's new channel. I saw the Mr. Beast drama vid. Oh, it's gonna be tower down anyway, pretty much. Man, I kind of messed that up. Yeah, I'll probably end soon, chat. I don't seem to be, like, too focused or playing too well at the moment. Definitely gonna have to poison that. Boss, did you love Flobby? In all honesty, I didn't know him too well compared to, like, other people. Like, Big Spin and Morton, I feel really, really bad for them. Because Flobby was, like, basically their best friend. Big Spin was devastated. I mean... it's very rarely I see someone cry on stream. And I mean, Big Spin was like best friends with him. I mean, I can only imagine like what that's like. I mean, he, you know, pretty much lost his best friend. I met Flobby in Helsinki. Like, he was a nice guy, but besides that, I haven't talked to him too much. I think we've DM'd each other a few times. We might have replied a couple of times to each other on Twitter, but that's about it. We weren't really, you know, friends or anything. We just kind of knew each other a little bit in the community. But yeah, that was like really sad and unexpected. Try to end on a win at least. If you got $1 million, what would you do with it? The smart thing would probably be to invest with it. But maybe the first thing I would do would be buy a house, but one that's not too expensive. So, because I already have a car, right? So I would really want to get a house. Because living on my own would be nice. So, like, if I got $1 million, I'd probably get a house. And then invest the rest. Sorry if you lost like every match to stream. Yeah, I swear, I'm not lying to you guys when I say I play a lot better when I'm not streaming. A lot of it, to be fair, though, is because I'm reading the chat so much, which probably isn't, like, a good idea. But then when I don't read the chat, people get mad, so you can't really win either way, I suppose. Some of these matchups, though, are, like, really, really bad. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a hard counter. I'm only saying that because I don't have anything for the Elixir Collector. As you can see, he's gotten 3 down, so this is, I think, a pretty hard counter. And sometimes this happens, too, where you just get unlucky with the matchups. Obviously, you can outplay them, but it doesn't make your... It certainly makes your job a lot harder. Because, like, some of these matchups are crazy that we've been getting. Like, I mean, some of them are almost unwinnable. Like, this one, like, I don't know what I'm even supposed to do. I can't kill the... Nothing good for the pump. Nothing good for the Expo. His E-Spirit is very good against the Graveyard. I don't know, man. It's just, these matchups are kind of wild. Dang, almost killed the archers. Rip. Yeah, I don't know, guys. These matchups are so bad. Like, and I don't like to always complain about matchups, but that's sometimes what happens. Like, sometimes just some days when you push the ladder, like, you get really unlucky with the matchups. Whereas if the opposite were happening and we were getting really good matchups, we'd be climbing up. But yeah, I don't know. Like, seems like I keep every time I switch my deck, I always seem to be getting like just some sort of hard counter every time. That happened when I switched to recruits. When I was switching to like, and then the first game of the stream I remember where we were running E-Giant, I matched like Graveyard, Zappies, Hunter, Fisherman. Yeah, it's unlucky. I don't know if I should overcommit. Into Tombstone? Minions. There we go, good game. His matchup's pretty good for us. Alright, chat. We'll call it here, I think. Thank you all for watching. I want to end now because I'm not playing too well, and I want to take a break anyway to work out. It's not too late in the season, so I don't need to like stress too much about where I'm at just yet. So, see y'all later. Thank y'all for stopping by. If y'all came late and want to watch you can watch the stream, I guess, afterwards in the live stream section. And I'll be live again soon because I'm going to be streaming more frequently. So, what day is it today? Today's Thursday. So probably maybe like this weekend I'll do a stream probably, like Saturday or Sunday. All right, bye chat.